This is a 2015 Prius C. The car is in the shop because it has a bad rear wheel bearing. How do you know that you need a new wheel bearing? Well, going down the highway, the wheel makes a loud whirring sound, and then with the wheel in the air and you spin it, you can detect a rumbling that comes from the wheel. This is the new wheel bearing assembly, and it bolts in on the inside of the brake drum. So let's see how we go about getting this installed. Step 1, remove the wheel. These are 19mm lug nuts. It's not unusual for the wheel to be stuck onto the hub. This is how we deal with that. It's a hammer and a block of wood. That took some doing. Okay, next we want to remove the brake drum, and let's hope it's not stuck as badly as the wheel. Next we have these two bolts. They are M8 by 1.25 thread. They thread into these holes on the brake drum. Okay, now we can use these to press the drum off of the hub. Okay, now we have a clear view of what we're dealing with. These holes in the flange align with the mounting bolts that are right behind, and those are, it looks like they're M10 bolts with a 14mm head. Okay, so here we go. Here we have our 4 bolts. Now in theory, this should come right out, but there's one more thing. There's the ABS electrical connector that's in the back. So let's undo that. The ABS connector right here has a protective cover that folds over it. And you must pry this loose with a small screwdriver. And then you can disconnect the ABS just as normal for any connector by pressing on the top tab. So this ran into a little bit of unanticipated difficulty because this hub assembly was just rusted on to the backing plate and was not going to come off. So I had to completely disassemble the brakes, take the backing plate with the hub off the car, and then when I had it in this position, I beat on it a little bit, as you can see, to get it to budge. This made just enough clearance on this side so I could get in under the flange with a chisel and then knock it all out so it could come out. All right, so you may or may not need to do this, I don't know, but yeah, this is the way I had to do it. And you can see the corrosion buildup here all around this bore, and it was just not going to come out. I tried heat, I tried penetrating oil. There was no way. So this is the new hub assembly. Before inserting it into the backing plate, I went over the bore with some sandpaper to smooth it out a little. And this went in very smoothly. You know, now it's ready to go back in the car, and we'll just have to do the rear brake job. Here's a quick step-by-step of reassembling the brake. So we've done the bearings on both sides. They both needed it. And what remains now is to bleed the brakes. And you can look at my video for how to bleed the brakes to see how that's done. It's pretty simple. But other than that, we're done with this job. And it should be smooth rolling from here on out.